Screencast 7. Debugging parameter values in auto designs. So, Visual Studio, and again, let's open our report and look at the designs. Here's our auto design and preview. Now, in our last screencast, I hid the parameter there, so let's re-enable that parameter. Find it here. It's cust group, and I changed the visibility property to visible. Go back to preview. Suddenly you'll see it. Okay. Now that it's visible, when you look at the preview, you'll notice that parameter is shown here, the name and the value, and it's in italic. So a source of confusion for a lot of people is they see this, and this is the default behavior for these reports, and they leave the parameters in the design. And they actually shouldn't do that, because this is actually a debugging feature for developers. When we worked on the reporting framework, a very common request for developers was that they want to see the parameter values shown in the report by default. And this is why we enable this feature. That's why cust group is here with the star. But when you actually make the report and you deploy it and you want the end user to see it, you should actually hide this. And there are a couple of reasons. First, this was not, again, intended for an end user to see. Second, you have much less control over how this is styled. And in a future screencast, I'll show you how to actually show parameters the right way. But in this screencast, I'm going to just show you how to disable this so for your end users when you really want to finally deploy the report in production. So let's close the preview. Okay. And now the question is, how do I stop those parameters from appearing? I could make it visible, but that's really what so I could change the visibility property to hide it. But that's not what I want. I actually don't want the parameters to be shown in production, the values to be shown. So you go to the design node, and there's a property here called render parameters. It's set to true, right? So if you look at preview, again, there's the parameter right there, cust group. Go back to the report and set this to false, and then go back to preview, and you'll see it's no longer there. Okay? So again, when you actually deploy your reports in production and you're done developing and debugging them, you should actually set this render parameters property that is on the design to false. Okay? See you next screencast.